Alright, what's going on, guys? Today I'm going to be giving my MLB DraftKings picks for Thursday, September 14th. We've got an 8-game main slate today on this Thursday. And looking at this slate, pretty gross slate in my opinion. Not a lot of pitching options I'm really liking today. Not a lot of pitching options I'm really feeling good about. We have 3 guys over 10K, Brad Peacock, Tanner Roark, and Jose Barrios. I do like one of these guys. I will be plugging one of these guys into the core. But I don't think any of these guys are must-plays. I definitely think you can pay down for pitcher today if you choose to do so. Jose Barrios, I think he's in the best spot, pitching at home against Toronto. Toronto team that will definitely strike out. They do have guys in their lineup that will K some. So I do like the spot for Barrios. He's the guy I will be plugging into the core. Tanner Roark going up against Atlanta. I'm not paying $10,200 for Roark, and especially not in a matchup against Atlanta, where we know Atlanta, they don't strike out a lot. And I don't think Roark's really a 10K pitcher, so I don't want to play him. And Brad Peacock going up against the Angels, sort of same reason for Roark. The Angels just don't really strike out a lot. I was looking at K rate versus righties in the last 30 days, and the Angels have one of the lowest K rates. So I think it's going to be hard for Peacock to really have a lot of upside here. Just not really a good strikeout matchup, so I'm not going to be on him. The guy I am going to be playing up top, the very top pitcher, Jose Barrios at 10,800, going up against the Blue Jays. I think Barrios is the top option today. He is really expensive at $10,800, but I think he can definitely pay off his salary here. Barrios is getting a pretty solid matchup against a Blue Jays team that will definitely strike out versus righties. In the last 30 days versus righties, they're striking out 22.4% of the time. So I think Barrios can get the job done here. And I think he is definitely the safest option on the board. There aren't a ton of safe options on this slate. Definitely a lot of pitchers going today carry some risk. But I think Barrios is probably your number one option. I think he's probably the cash game play. So I will be plugging Barrios in as my SP1. Another thing, he also pitches a lot better at home. He pitched 9 games at home this year, and Barrios has averaged 24 DraftKings points at home this year, whereas on the road he's only averaged 13. And he is going to be pitching at home here. So Jose Barrios, my pitcher, or my SP1 here, at 10,800, going up against the Blue Jays. And then for SP2, this is where it gets really thin. Just not a lot of guys you're really going to feel good about. Not a lot of intriguing options. There are some guys in the upper tier that I do like. Tomlin was one guy I was looking at, but I think he's just too expensive at 9K. I just don't think he's going to be able to return value on that salary, especially going up against a Kansas City team that doesn't really strike out. I can't play Tomlin today at 9K. He was the guy I wanted to play, but I think he's just too expensive. But the guy I am willing to play for nearly 10K, Masahiro Tanaka at 9,700, going up against the Orioles. I am going to be spending a lot for my pitcher here. I just don't think there's any good low tier options. I don't think there's any value pitchers, so I think you are going to want to spend at pitcher today. So I'm going to be rolling with Tanaka as my SP2. So I think this is a really good spot for Tanaka. He's going up against an Orioles team that will strike out a lot versus righties. In the last 30 days versus righties, the Orioles, they're striking out 23.9% of the time, which is 8th most in the league. So Tanaka definitely carries some upside here. And he's also got Vegas on his side. Tanaka's a minus 195 favorite, and the Orioles' run line is only at 3.8 runs. So Tanaka should definitely be able to get a win for us, get us those 4 extra DraftKings points, which is always helpful. So I do really like Tanaka today as my SP2. I think he's going to pitch well in this matchup. One thing Tanaka is really good at is getting people to chase pitches. Tanaka, he has one of the highest swinging strike rates. On this Orioles team, a lot of batters in that lineup will definitely chase pitches out of the zone. So I think Tanaka's going to have a really good game here. Even though he's 9,700, and that is a lot to pay for an SP2, I think both of these two pitchers can definitely return value on their salary. There are some value hitters I like that I can pair with these two pitchers. So I'm going to be rolling with Barrios and Tanaka as my 2 pitchers today. And then for my 3 hitters to fill out my core, the first guy I like is going to be a value play at first base, pretty cheap, and that's Matt Holliday at just 3,500 going up against Wade Miley. I absolutely love this spot for the Yankees today. They are definitely a team I will be targeting against Wade Miley. I just don't think Wade Miley is that good, especially against righties. He has really struggled against righties this year. So far this year, to righties, he's allowed at 366 WOBA. And Miley will also definitely give up some home runs. 1.48 home run per 9 on the year to right-handed hitters. And a lot of hard contact as well to righties. 52% medium contact and 31% hard contact. So I am going to be rolling with Matt Holliday as a value play I like at first base. He has actually done well against Wade Miley in the past. It is a decent sample size. He's 3 for 11, so Not the greatest batting average, only batting .273 and 11 at bats against Miley. But 2 of those hits were extra base hits, and 1 of those hits was a home run. So he's gotten 3 hits against Miley. 1 of them was a home run. I definitely think he has a chance to take Miley deep. Miley will give up home runs to righties, and Holiday does have some decent power, especially against lefties. So I'm going to be rolling with him at first base today for 3,500. And then my next play is going to be at second base. Another value play I like from the Yankees is Starlin Castro for just 3,600, obviously going up against Wade Miley. Now, same thing goes for Castro as it does for Holiday. Wade Miley, just not a good pitcher, especially to righties. So I like this spot for the Yankees. Going to look to get a lot of exposure to their lineup. The Yankees, they do have some good value bats in their lineup. Obviously, Holiday and Castro, 2 guys I like for value. They're only 3.5 and 3.6K. But when you get to the bottom of the lineup, also some good value there. Chase Headley, Todd Frazier. I believe Frazier has really good BVP against Miley, so I like him if you are looking for a punt play at third base. But obviously the guys at the top are great plays. Aaron Judge, Gary Sanchez, 2 really good plays on this slate if you can fit them in. But since I did pay up for 2 pitchers, obviously going to need some value plays. So I like Starlin Castro from the Yankees today, getting some exposure to that offense. I think he's a really good option at second base for 3,600. And then my final play is going to be in the outfield. Another really cheap value play I like is Nick Williams for just 3,100 going up against Jose Urena. I think Nick Williams today is just too cheap at 3,100. This guy's been hitting the ball very well as of late. He's had some very solid games, and he hasn't really seen his price rise either. In Nick Williams' last 4 games, he's put up 29, 6, 7, and 23 DraftKings points, so he has been really consistent. He has been paying off his price tag. He is in a good spot here against Jose Urena. Jose Urena definitely will struggle to lefties. He will give up home runs, and especially on the road away from Marlins Park. Urena's going to have to pitch in Philadelphia, and that Phillies ballpark does favor hitters. So I like this spot for some Philly bats. Like I said, Urena has struggled on the road this year. On the road this year, he's allowed a 1.54 home run per 9, and he's also given up a lot of hard contact to lefties on the year. 53.7% medium contact and 32.6% hard contact. So I think this is a really good spot for Nick Williams. I think it's a decent spot for some of these Phillies bats. They are very, very cheap. They do work well into your lineup with those expensive pitchers. So if you are looking for a value play in the outfield, I would definitely consider Nick Williams at just 3,100. And yeah, guys, so these are my 5 plays for tonight. I went with Jose Barrios, Masahiro Tanaka, Matt Holliday, Starlin Castro, and Nick Williams. When we plug these 5 guys in our lineup, that still leaves us 3,860 remaining per player, which we should definitely be able to work around. You should definitely be able to work around. You can build a lineup around this core if you want to. But yeah, that is pretty much it, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you like the video and subscribe if you did enjoy. If this is your first time on my channel, please be sure to subscribe. I do upload these videos daily. I'll upload these MLB videos daily, and I also make NFL videos every week for the upcoming slate. So make sure you are subscribed. Have a lot of content coming out for this DFS season. And after you do subscribe, make sure you cut on notifications as well. To do that, just click the little bell next to the subscribe button, and that will actually notify you every time I upload. So be sure to do that as well if you never want to miss out on any videos. And yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. Good luck tonight, guys. Peace.